are going to bring some new life back into this old brown leather couch using Dixie Belle Silk paint. First step always is to clean your piece. I used TSP and some water, gave it a really good scrub down, and then used a water rinse to get all the TSP off. The color I chose for this project is Salt Water by Dixie Belle. It's kind of an off-white with a little bit of gray. Our house has a lot of gray in it, so I thought this may be the perfect color to lighten and brighten our living room. Always, you want to mix your paint really, really well. I mixed it off camera a lot more than I did now. But you get the picture. Mix your paint, get all the paint from the bottom, the sediment on the bottom of your paint can, and mix it in really well. I noticed this paint, actually the coverage is amazing. A lot better than I thought it would be. It goes on nice and thick, it's really smooth, not chunky at all like a chalk paint. Dixie Belle Silk paint is an all-in-one paint. I've actually never used it before, and I have painted quite a bit of furniture. Chalk paint and milk paint are usually my go-to, but this is actually quite nice. Great texture, a great feel when you're painting, really smooth, kind of buttery almost. I started with the seams and the creases, and then I went and painted the smooth parts of the couch. As you can see, this sofa actually is a very plush sofa, so there's lots of soft spots that I needed to lift up and paint under. So I would say on a level of easy to difficult, this was probably more of a difficult sofa to paint, not really straightforward, as there were lots of squishy parts to it. The bonus with that is it is a very comfortable sofa. But as you can see, lifting up any of the leather, I wanted to go ahead and paint that first, and then paint all the seams and the grooves, and then again painting the smooth parts of the leather last. This part got a little tedious. Again, lifting it up, trying to get in all the crevices. I found it did dry and it did pull some of the paint off. So later on in the video, I ended up using a hair dryer, and I would move some of the leather that was touching away. I would use my hair dryer after I painted and paint that section, or dry it really fast, so as not to have the paint stick to the other painted part. Overall, it worked pretty good, and the parts of the sofa that you could see actually turned out really, really well. I figure nobody's going to be lifting up the creases in my sofa to see what a great job or not a great job I did painting. So here the couch is almost painted, and this photo we have got the couch with one coat of paint on it, and actually it covered pretty good. So I'm thinking after 2 coats at this point that it should look really good. Again, 1 coat, it's still kind of scary, but covering up dark with the light paint, I'm thinking this is looking pretty good. Starting on coat number 2, it's going on really, really smooth again. The thing that took me the longest here was, again, lifting up parts of the sofa and painting underneath and in between. That took a little while. I would say overall this project took maybe 3 hours at the most from start to finish. But as you can see, the coverage with this silk paint is really, really good. Not a lot of paint on my brush, and it is just looking like a big white marshmallow. All right, 2 coats of the Dixie Belle Silk paint in salt water. As you can see, there are a couple light spots, or I guess I should say dark spots, that looks like it's more of a light coverage. After looking at the sofa, I knew I needed a 3rd coat, but this particular color was really, really bright, and it kind of wasn't really the look I was going for in our house. So midstream, I switched up to this new color, Oyster, which is also another silk paint by Dixie Belle. And I did a 3rd coat in the Oyster, which kind of softened the bright white. I liked it much better. So basically, all in all, this couch, which was a dark espresso, took 3 coats of the Dixie Belle Silk paint. After 3 coats, it had excellent coverage. The couch looked amazing. There were no spots. It looked like it was a brand new couch. Since I've had this sofa, and it's actually been painted for a few weeks now, I've had friends and family come over thinking that I bought new furniture. They were actually quite surprised knowing that I just painted it. So yes, you can definitely paint leather. I'm sure this would work just as well on faux leather. Dixie Belle does recommend putting on a wax as a top coat. And this is just to soften the paint, especially with this soft leather couch. A lot of people are going to be sitting in it, and the paint won't get brittle and hard and crack, or at least that's the concept. I did use the Dixie Belle spray wax, my first time using it. It was really nice. Very light, went on really well. I used an old sock. I just thought this would the applicator, it would just go on a lot better. Kind of rubbed it into the paint. I did this the next day, so I painted one day and then I waxed the second day because I wanted to make sure it was dry. And the wax went on really well. It was really nice. I ended up also using the Dixie Belle clear wax, Best Bang clear wax, on all the parts that you would sit on. I just wasn't 100% confident that the spray wax was strong enough on the parts of the sofa that people would sit on or heavy usage. So I added some Dixie Belle Best Dang clear wax to go over those areas. So basically waxed the whole couch, and that didn't take too long at all. Went on pretty fast. did give it a second, the seat parts, second coat of the Best Dang Clear Wax, just for added insurance. But as you can see, it looks like a brand new couch. You can kind of see our old sofa that is right next to it. I mean, it looks like new leather. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really, really good. How well it's gonna hold up, time will tell. I will have to do another video and let you know how it holds up. But right now, it's been a couple weeks. We sit in it all the time. It looks beautiful, it's smooth. Again, the coverage is wonderful. Great coverage for dark furniture going light. Thank you so much.